Hello everyone. Thought I would do a quick walkthrough video here. It is the end of the year, end of 2020, and wanted to do a little game room update and kind of talk about some of the changes that we made down here and some of the newer games and stuff like that. So for any of you guys who are new to my channel, welcome along. My name is Ross, and yeah, I'm not going to talk about each game in depth, fully in depth. Just kind of give a quick rundown of what was here, what was new, things like that. If you want like a really quick 1-minute walkthrough video, I do have those as well. I have an Instagram page called Cosmic Cottage Arcade, and so I do have quick 1-minute walkthrough videos on there if you want to check that out. And if you're on Twitch, I have been streaming a lot of pinball and arcade machines on Twitch. My Twitch name is also Cosmic Cottage Arcade. And you can check me out on there, follow me, and watch some live streaming videos. So we'll start over here. I currently have only one game that's down, which is Crystal Castles. Of course, it's the first one you see when you come down, but I've had this game for many, many years. And it's been reliable up until recently, so I have to, I think it needs a new big blue, and I probably have to rebuild the AR too. So Tutankhamun has also been here for many years. Mostly arcade machines haven't changed much. Cubert, Bank Panic, that was a full restore that I did on Bank Panic. I had a long thread on Clove, if you want to check that out. I've probably talked about that in other videos too. Gyrus I've had for a long time. Same thing with this Cloak and Dagger here as well. This Puyan here is a newer game, fully restored. I talked about it a lot on my Instagram page, so if you want more details, I have it on there. But this cabinet was originally a Bagman cabinet, which was essentially the same thing as Puyan. The only difference was that back bar and the this back corner on Bagman was rounded off, where on Puyan it was a 90-degree angle. Besides that, they're the same cabinet. I also didn't harm a Bagman cabinet. I got this game converted. It was a 60-in-1. I had been collecting the pieces for Puyan over the last 4 or 5 years, and I finally was able to put one back together. So control panel overlay is from this old game. So is the marquee and the side art, which you can kind of see back there. Match the paint to match the original color, and yeah, it's such a fun game. I love it. Hydro Thunder, this is the only arcade machine that I have down here that's not an early 80s machine. It's from 1999. I played this a lot as a kid, and I think it's such a fun game. This is the upright, which you don't see as often. Normally you see the one with the seat. It's got the feedback control, the force feedback in the steering wheel. And it's a fun game. This was an absolute beast to bring down here. Bosconian, I've had this for a while, maybe 3 or 4 years. I absolutely love this game. One of my favorite games down here. Little Turbo Cabaret kind of tucked away back here. I think Turbo is a great game as well. Sorry for the extra noise. My central heat just kicked on over there. So this is our basement, and that is our heating system back there. That's why it's blocked off with this thing right here. Juno First. This game was not new this year, but this was a game that it had been converted to a Tetris, and I deconverted it back to a Juno First. Swimmer, had this for many, many years. Same thing with Track and Field. Carnival was new last year. But I haven't really talked about it much on my channel or anything, but that's my mom's favorite game. I think it's a great game too. Pac-Man, dedicated upright, and the Galaga. So Ninja Turtles, this is the new Stern Ninja Turtles Pro. I got that this year. TNA we've had for a little while. It's at least been over a year, so and game show we've had for a long time. Roller Coaster Tycoon was a new addition down here this year. It's a fun game. It's a game that when we have people over, and again, obviously with it being 2020, we haven't had very many people over, but a few people have stopped by, and they just sort of gravitate towards it, which is funny. Everyone remembers the PC game and Pat Lawler game. Very similar layout to Monopoly, which we also have. So at one point, one of those will probably be going. But yeah, it's a fun game, and the reason I really got it is because it was home use only. I'm the second owner, and the person selling it, it was kind of someone who I'm friends with, said, hey, this guy's selling this, do you want it? And I got it for a really great deal. Shadow, another newer game down here. I also started putting color LEDs, color DMDs in the for the display, and I go with the LED version versus the LCD. But Shadow is such a great game. A Brian Eddy game. He also designed Attack from Mars and Medieval Madness. So I love that game. Jurassic Park is actually technically new this year, 2020. But I got it back in, I think, January. So it's been here for a full year. Zookeeper, I've had for many years. Rally X. So I've had a Rally X Cabaret down here. I've always loved the upright. This is one of my all-time favorite games. And I don't know, something about the upright. I love the cream color with the orange T-molding. I like playing it on the 19-inch monitor too. I just absolutely love this game. I love the low profile in the back, kind of like Bosconian. So I swapped out. I still have the Cabaret, but I swapped it out for this. I found a great deal on this upright and grabbed that. So Centipede Cabaret I've had for a long time. Same with the Monaco GP. When we have people over, they like to put out their high scores up. So there I am in the top left corner. I have gotten 9,999 twice, and on this exact machine right here. And one of them I happened to film. It's on my YouTube channel, and I had also submitted it to Twin Galaxies and got approved for a world record, which I'm tied with multiple other people. Donkey Kong Cabaret and Solar Fox Cabaret. Got those this year from the same seller, so I got them at the same time. They got here like a couple days before the whole, pandemic really took off. So it was like the first week or two of March. And they were a great little addition to have down here. It's funny because I was never a huge fan of Donkey Kong. I never felt like I was great at it. And having it though, I put in a lot of time, and I'm still not great. My highest score is just under 300,000, but I do really enjoy playing it now. Same thing with Solar Fox. I think it's a great game. You don't see it a lot. I would prefer the upright because then you get the big fight stick, kind of like Tron and Gorf and all those games. But I think this little Cabaret is great. I think it's a super fun game. And I only think it's underrated because you just don't see these. And this Asteroids Cabaret, I've had that for many years as well. So the last row of pinball machines here. Got Party Zone. This game I've actually owned for over 22 years. If you follow my channel, you've heard this story before. There's a picture right there. December 25th, 1998. And there is myself and my two sisters. And it was a Christmas gift in 1998 from my parents. And I've had it ever since. And there's a shot in this game called the Cosmic Cottage Arcade, or the Cosmic Cottage. And that is kind of where I get my arcade namesake from. When I decided I needed to, have a little name for my arcade, that's what I decided to go with. So that's the story on that. Oktoberfest, bought this new in box, but it was not this year. It was 2019. Here's a Baywatch. I want to say this was from this year, but I am not positive. It's hard to remember with so many games, but it's such a fun game. I love that game. And Baywatch, Sega, a couple Segas came out with the big display right there. So you can see it compared to Monopoly. Much bigger DMD. And it's just so vibrant and great looking. Monopoly, this game was an absolute disaster when I got it. Had to fix a lot of things on it. I did get this year, maybe in like April or so. But it's a fun game. Again, very similar layout to Roller Coaster Tycoon. If I had to keep one, I'd probably keep Roller Coaster Tycoon over Monopoly, but I do still enjoy playing it. Space Jam I've had for a while. Only addition to this is the Color DMD, which actually just came out at the end of 2020, and they did a great job on it. It's very vibrant. They had a lot of great animations to work with, so there you can get a little look of the. It looks way more vibrant in person, but yeah. And these last 3 games here we've had for years as well. Mousing Around, NBA Fast Break, and Rocky and Bullwinkle. Again with the Color DMDs. And that is the overview. I didn't want to make this too long. Just keeping it between 10 to 15 minutes or so. Over here we have our high scoreboard. So myself and my wife, and I just within the last week or so added this side over here for the guests so they can start adding in their high scores, make it a little bit more competitive down here. We had a few games that left this year. So we had a time machine, pinball machine that sat over here, and none of them actually got sold. That's out in the garage. Over here we had a Dr. Dude that we kicked out to the garage. Right now they're all bundled up. It's winter time. It's like 30 degrees outside. Over here we had a dedicated Universal Ladybug. It was right here. Everything just kind of slid down. That's out in the garage right now. And we also had a Taito 10-yard fight that was right here. That's out to the garage as well. And I think that's it as far as games that left. I would show you the garage, but it's freezing out there, and it's a little bit of a mess because it's winter time, and we kind of have to push everything into the back of the garage for the to be able to fit in the cars. But so that's the end of it. Crystal Castle is the only game that I have to work on. It's very uncommon for me down here to have all. Right now there's 37 machines, 38 if you count this little slot machine that we have. Inside our laundry room here is where I keep my streaming setups. And right underneath the stairs, I have a Pac-Man cabaret and a Rally X cabaret. When I ended up getting this upright Pac-Man, I took the cabaret out, and same thing with when I got the upright Rally X. I definitely prefer full-size uprights over cabarets, but I wouldn't be able to fit them all down here. So our cabaret row there used to be this whole wall, but it's slowly shrinking as we kind of swap them out for dedicated uprights. So that is the game room for the end of 2020. I'm sure there'll be changes down here for 2021. I'm looking forward to having people back over and being able to host some pinball and arcade parties and have little tournaments. Also, typically on this TV here, we have 80s 80s music videos playing. Obviously, I can't have it on because I would probably get muted on YouTube. But that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for following my my year, whether it was through Instagram or YouTube or Twitch. But I'm on all 3 under the same name, Cosmic Cottage Arcade. So feel free to join me there, and I will see you guys in 2021. Everyone have a great new year and happy holidays, and I will talk with you then. Bye for now.